There's a very good reason why you should never max out your credit card. If you don't know this reason, you could lose everything. So let's get straight to it. What's up, everyone? It's me here. Welcome back to the channel where we publish the moves millennials and Gen Z need to make money, level up in life, and crush it in business. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you should never max out your credit card. Now, I know that there are some people watching this video right now who might say, I already maxed out my credit card. If that's you, stick around because I want you to learn from my mistakes and, more importantly, learn what to do next so you don't end up in a worse situation than you're in right now. Now, if you're someone who doesn't have any credit card debt or you don't have any credit cards, stick around because this is important information that you need to know for the future. Alright, so first things first. Let's go ahead and define what maxing out your credit card actually means. Because there's different ways. You can max out your credit card. No. 1. You could reach your credit limit. So depending on what kind of credit card you have, your credit limit can vary. Some of them could be really small. $300, $500, $1,000. Others could be pretty high, $10,000, $20,000. Typically, your credit limit is based on a few different factors like your income, your credit history, how long you've been with the company. So if you use up your entire credit limit, well then guess what? Maxed out your credit card. No. 2. You could max out your credit card by reaching your personal limit. Now, this is a psychological thing. This isn't something that's going to affect your credit score, but it's still important to know. So, your own personal limit could be $100, it could be $1,000. It could be $10,000. Let's say you're someone who tends to spend a little. It's too much money, and you know that if you go to the mall, you could end up spending a lot of money. Maybe you're trying to save money for a house down payment, or maybe you're trying to save for retirement, or maybe you just don't want to be in debt. Well, your own personal limit could be whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you break through that limit, then you could say that you maxed out your credit card. And number 3, you could say that you maxed out your credit card if you reach the national average. So according to creditcards.com, the average credit card balance in America is $5,700. Now, this number includes people who carry credit card balances month to month, as well as people who pay their balances in full every single month. So if you have a credit card and your balance is above $5,700, then you could say that you maxed out your credit card compared to the national average. Now, I want you to take a second to look at your credit card bill. Take a look at your overall balance and see where you stand. How much do you owe? Does it need to be paid off? More importantly, does it need to be paid off as soon as possible? Now, if you're someone who has a credit card bill and you don't pay it off every single month, well then listen closely. The longer you take to pay off your bill, the more interest you'll pay. And as time goes on, that interest rate starts to pile on. So the faster you pay it off, the less interest you'll pay. And the best way to do this is to either increase your income or decrease your expenses, or both. If you want to increase your income, I recommend checking out something like TaskRabbit. On TaskRabbit, you can sign up and become a tasker and start making money right away. All you have to do is complete small jobs and errands for people in your local area. Maybe you're great at putting together furniture. Maybe you're great at cleaning houses. Or maybe you're great at grocery shopping. Either way, TaskRabbit is a great way to make some extra cash. They handle all the payments, and you can set your own schedule. Plus, if you sign up right now, you can get a free TaskRabbit t-shirt and a free water bottle. The other option is to decrease your expenses. And one of the best places to start is with your phone bill. Now, I know that most people think that they're already getting the best deal on their cell phone plan. But the reality is that most people are overpaying. And according to Public, the average American wastes $1,568 per year on their cell phone plan. So if you want to find out how much money you're wasting on your cell phone plan, just text the word SAVE to 41,411 and a real human will help you find a better deal. Public offers nationwide coverage with 5G and a bunch of other great benefits, like unlimited data, unlimited talk and text, and unlimited streaming. So not only could you save a lot of money switching to Public, but you could also have a better experience. Alright, so let's get back to the topic at hand. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when it comes to credit cards is that they don't read the fine print. Like most people don't know what they're agreeing to when they sign up for a new credit card. So let me give you an example. With Chase, you have what's called the 5/24 rule. This rule states that if you open up more than 5 credit cards in a 24-month period, well, then they're not going to approve you for another credit card. Now, I'm not saying that this is a hard and fast rule that applies to everybody, but in general, it's a good idea to be careful when applying for new credit cards. The last thing you want to do is apply for a bunch of new credit cards and then get rejected for the ones that you actually want. So, the next question that I want you to ask yourself is, do you want to max out your credit card? If you do, what are the benefits? Because there's a few different benefits to consider. First, you get to build up points, miles, or cashback. Most credit cards offer rewards programs, and the more money you spend, the more points, miles, or cashback you earn. These points, miles, and cashback can then be redeemed for things like free flights, hotel stays, or gift cards. Number 2. You might qualify for a 0% introductory APR. Many credit cards offer a 0% introductory APR for a certain period of time, usually between 6 to 18 months. This means that you won't have to pay any interest on your purchases during this period. So if you know that you're going to be making some big purchases, like maybe you're buying a car, or maybe you're going to be paying for a vacation, then it might be worth it to max out your credit card so you can take advantage of the 0% introductory APR. Just be sure to pay off your balance before the introductory period ends, so you don't have to pay any interest. And no. 3. You might get an increased credit limit. If you're someone who consistently pays your bills on time and in full, then your credit card issuer might be willing to increase your credit limit. This means that you'll have more available credit and you'll be able to make larger purchases without worrying about going over your limit. Next, I want you to ask yourself, would you rather have a debit card or a credit card? Because there's a few different benefits to having a credit card that you should consider. With a debit card, you can only spend the money that you have in your account. Whereas with a credit card, you can borrow money to make purchases, even if you don't have any money in your account. With a debit card, if you want to make a large purchase, you'll need to save up enough money to cover the cost. Whereas with a credit card, you can make a large purchase and pay for it over time. Plus, with a credit card, you may earn rewards like points, miles, or cash back on your purchases. But with a debit card, you don't earn any rewards. Also, with a debit card, if you lose it or have it stolen, you could lose all of your money. Whereas with a credit card, you're only responsible for the purchases that you authorize. So if you lose your credit card or have it stolen, you won't lose all of your money. In fact, you'll typically only be liable for up to $0 in losses. So if you're someone who wants to be able to make larger purchases without having to save up for them first, if you want to be able to earn rewards on your purchases, and if you want to have more protection against fraud and theft, then a credit card might be the better option for you. And finally, I want you to ask yourself, how can I avoid maxing out my credit card? Because maxing out your credit card could be a sign that you're living beyond your means and that you're carrying too much debt. So here's a few tips to help you avoid maxing out your credit card. First, create a budget and stick to it. Know how much money you have coming in and know how much money you have going out. Second, avoid using your credit card for everyday purchases. Use it for emergencies or for larger purchases that you can't afford to pay for in cash. Third, be wary of balance transfer offers. Many credit card companies offer balance transfers as a way to get you to switch from another card to theirs. But be careful because these offers often come with high fees and high interest rates. And fourth, don't rely on credit cards for rewards. Yes, you can earn points, miles, and cash back on your purchases, but don't rely on these rewards to save you money. In fact, if you can't afford to pay for something in cash, then you probably can't afford it at all. The bottom line is that credit cards can be a helpful tool if you use them responsibly. But if you don't use them responsibly, they can quickly become a major financial burden. So be careful, be smart, and be in control of your finances. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure to hit the like button below and leave me a comment. I always respond. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stop settling and start living.